What is up, guys? I've made this video now for the fifth time. This is my fifth make of it. It's getting crazy. I don't know why I'm having so many issues, but here I am, long overdue, over 11 years on T, here to make a video answering your questions about what it's like to be on T and have transitioned for this long. So this is part one because this video is going to take me more than 10 minutes to make. So here you go. Let's get started. So first question is all about injections and scar tissue. And they want to know, do I plan on doing a different method? So I am on injections now. Different methods could be pellets. That's an option. You've got the gel. That's an option. The other one I think was pill. Oh, I'm sorry, patches. There might be a pill format too. No, at this point, I don't plan on doing anything different. Um, Injections are fine for me, although I'm lazy about it. It is now Wednesday night, 11:10 p.m., and I was supposed to take my shot Monday, and I haven't. Journey, you have food. Um, so I'm gonna stick with it though. I kind of just jab it in, and I'm good to go. Not a big deal. Have you needed to change your testosterone dosage after your histo? Any notable changes from the histo? So I had a histo. For those of you who don't know, back in 2012, I had a complete histo, ovaries removed, cervix removed, uterus removed. I did have to go up in my dosage a little bit. I went from zero point 0.5 a week to 0.75 a week. My numbers, or my levels rather, were a little on the low side, and they are still a little on the low side. I'm actually due, though, to check my numbers soon. So I'm going to get that taken care of. And I'll maybe make a video and talk to you guys about just my personal levels. um, any noticeable changes? Surprisingly, no. Things I expected post histo, and I did make a video about this, but if you missed the video, things I expected: fat redistribution, an increase in that. Um, Easier to put on muscle. For those of you who don't know, I lost weight pre-T, 50 pounds pre-T. Started T, started lifting weights. I haven't stopped since. That was back in 2009. So even though I lift a lot of weights, I did expect that putting on muscle would be easier. It wasn't. And I thought maybe I would see some changes more with hair growth. I didn't. I think that was just all kind of progressive over time. I don't think having a histo made that any faster. At least I didn't notice it. Next question. Are you experiencing hair loss? If so, at what point did you notice it started? And was this expected genetically? Yes, I am. My hair is very, very thin. There's not much going on there. I pretty much have to keep it shaved at this point. I would say it started thinning out. I started noticing this. Just a thinning out. I didn't notice like clumps of hair when I was washing my hair or anything like that. But I started noticing it thinning out, I would say 7 or 8 years on T, and it started to get really bad within the last year and a half, 2 years. Um, Genetically, my grandfather on my maternal side, my mother's father, did have thinning hair, but he is the only one. This person also said, I've noticed that lower pec development seems challenging to attain for men of trans experience. Do you notice this? What exercises target that area? Yes, I have noticed that. So I'll show you a picture of me right about 6 weeks post-op here. Um, so that was my chest about 6 weeks post-op. And now I've actually been working on my chest recently. But now hopefully you can see it well enough. It looks like this. I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to grow it. Yes, I do think that it is difficult to grow, particularly for trans men. I have noticed that myself. And reason exercises rather to target it would be decline exercises. So you can do some flies, right? Some cable flies like this from this motion here to target it. Your pecs, they're one muscle, but they attach. You have the upper part, which attaches to your clavicle here, and also your sternum and your lower part, that's just your arm and your sternum. There's no clavicle attachment for that. So that lower portion, angles are important in weightlifting. So even though there's no like lower head of the pectoralis muscle, it can be targeted in decline exercises. So like I said, cables or a decline press with a barbell, with dumbbells, decline push-ups as well. So decline being your feet are above your head, so your feet are on a chair, your feet are on a couch. You can increase difficulty, recruit more muscle fibers, and engage more of your core by putting your feet on an unstable surface like a stability ball. Do I have experiences with previous names revealed during transactions that include a credit check, such as housing, financing, opening bank accounts, mail, etc.? No. I got my name changed in 2011. I did have some slight difficulty because I had used my Social Security card and changed my electric, changed that over when I moved, and then I moved within my complex and somehow lost my Social Security card. That was a little bit of an issue. I did have some hiccups when I first changed my name, but it's been smooth sailing ever since. As far as I know, nobody has been able to find past information about me. Like I said, if they have, I don't know about it. Has my height caused me dysphoria? If so, how did I handle it? So I am like 5'2.5" probably. I don't think I'm quite 5'3". I say I'm 5'3", but I'm probably realistically not. Excuse me. Yes, it's bothered me in the past, especially when I'm in a setting with a lot of tall guys. But at the same time, there's lots of short guys, and it is what it is. I'm in the process of just loving my trans body. As much as I am stealth and I live a stealth life, and I don't identify as trans, I'm just a man. I also am trans, and so embracing my body and loving my body is important. I'm not going to have a cis body no matter how many surgeries I get, and that's okay. So same thing with the height. You know, they're short people. It is what it is. That's who I am. I'm not tall like my brothers. I'm not tall like my dad, but that's okay. So I just try to deal with it that way. How is Gigi? Gigi is great. Come here, Golden Gun. Come here, girl. Yeah, you were such a good girl. She is a very, very, very good girl. Sit. Look at that. What a good girl. She is going to get some treats. She actually just went on a little weight loss journey here. Don't mind all my belly and loose skin. But this girl has lost 18.5 pounds. Well, she did lose 18.5 pounds. Now she's up to, or 17.5. Now she's back to 16 because she gained 1.5 pounds. But she's staying fit. She's doing great. We are having fun. Thank you for asking. Do I plan to have or create a family in the future? Would I be open to my children about my history? What about nieces and nephews? And it is International Dog Day, by the way, as I give my girl a treat. Oh, she wants a treat bad. So I would be not sure, rather, if I would be open with my children. I don't know if I would have children. I am 38 years old, and, I'm good without them. To be honest, I haven't met a woman to marry and have kids with, so I think I'm good without them. But if I did have them, I would be open, I think, because I think honesty and communication is important, especially with a family. And again, being trans is my reality. In terms of nieces and nephews, I don't have any. My brother just got engaged. I do live stealth. I don't know if his girlfriend knows my situation. So, but that's also complicated because he wants to pursue a political career. He wants to kind of out me in that just because he's... and he's also bisexual and is running as an open bisexual person. But because he stands for that, and I think it would come out anyway, I did agree, or has potential to come out, I did agree, depending on how far he goes politically, for him to put my information out there. So again, I've met his fiance several times, as far as I know, you're such a good girl. I'm going to give you another treat. I'm going to give her another treat. Just because it's International Dog Day, as I talk about how she's on a diet and has gained weight. But that's okay. It's International Dog Day. And these are good, by the way. She loves these. These are, this is actually freeze-dried raw. But it's got beef, goat, and lamb in it. They're 55 calories per patty. She absolutely loves them. They're not really supposed to be a treat. They're like a meal. But she loves them. But yeah, that's where it's at with that. And then last question here, what would I do differently in transition if I could go back to the beginning? I wouldn't be so aggressive about things. In the beginning, I was like, I'm a man. Why don't people understand I'm a man? Look, girl, I'm being misgendered. I don't get it. And I would really just explain it. That's what I would do differently. I would be more patient and explain to people, yeah, I'm trans. And I think that would just be better. I used to be very aggressive in general, and I've really cut back on that because it hasn't been beneficial. So, that's that. I hope that I've answered your questions. Stay tuned for part 2, where I'll answer more questions. And if you're watching this and some questions pop into your head, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll make a video answering those as well. Have a good night.